early in the year, it's kind of important that we stay together, that you just follow my tutorials and I'll get you up to speed. But then in the very near future, some of you are going to be shooting out in different directions and I can't keep up with everyone. So that's when you avail yourself of third-party tutorials. And let me give you an example. I'm going to jump over here. This is YouTube, and I just searched for Photoshop masking, and you get some results. But this is a pretty generic title. What is it you want to mask? You see a lot of hair here. Why is hair so popular? And you know, hey, it's 25 minutes long, almost 26 minutes long, because it's a complicated process. But I got to tell you, be very careful about how old the video is. This is 11 months old. This might be Photoshop 2018. 2019 has more sophisticated selection tools. So the version of Photoshop you're looking at really matters. And if you're trying to mask hair, you might type in hair and hit return, and then you get more results with just hair. Again, this is, hey, there's almost 1 million views here, and Dansky, he's good. You know, I know this, I don't know him, but I know his tutorials. But it's a year old, so it's 2018. So I don't know if I put a plus sign here, 2019. Plus means include this in the results, but look at that, 2018. So it's not working the same way Google is. So again, you got to pay attention to what version of Photoshop is being used, because quite often when you go to the panel that this individual is using and look at the panel, your panel may look different. Hey, Scotchko, come here. How come these panels are different? I'll tell you right now, the panels are different because he's using a different version of Photoshop. That's just how this works. So when you rely on third-party tutorials, there's a little bit of complication that's almost always involved. Meanwhile, I'd like to point you at Adobe Create Magazine at yet another way to feed your imagination. This comes out periodically. I don't know if it's every 2 weeks or 3 weeks, whatever it is. I love looking through it because there's always great stuff. One of my favorites recently has been this game and the art involved in producing it. And the game deals with dealing with grief is kind of the theme. So, I mean, it's wonderful. And this video here has some beautiful art and some interesting ways that might provoke thoughts about what you're going to create. But they sell this on Steam, and I just put it on my wish list. So next time it goes on sale, I'm just going to buy it because you know, this looks like a beautiful game. And I don't have any problems dealing with grief right now, but just the artistry involved interests me. So, you know, you never know what you're going to find. And there will be a pop-up that'll say, you know, don't miss an issue or something like that, and, you know, sign up. And so you can go ahead and do that if you want. I strongly encourage it because it's just a beautiful publication. All right, so third-party tutorials are great, but they come with a warning, Will Robinson. What version of the app is that guy using? Because sometimes that tutorial is going to be 6, 7, 8 years old, and you're going to have a really hard time following it. And when you ask me to come over and help you, you know, what am I supposed to do? Watch the guy's video? You know, there comes a point at which, you know, you've got to select what third-party tutorials you're going to use a little better. Or let's work together and figure out a different way to make it happen.